Hi everyone, if you're joining me, hope you can see this clearly. So today I'm looking at this beautiful pattern and it's called either Bargello or Bargello. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It creates this lovely, it's a slip stitch pattern, so you only ever use one colour per row. It creates this beautiful chevron effect, but it's also a bit textured. You probably can't see that from here. It's really, really lovely. This is the pattern for it. Again, this is in my slip stitch scarf PDF that I've got, which I'll put the link to in the description for you if you want to try that. So I've got both charted instructions and written instructions. This pattern actually comes from this book, which is absolutely gorgeous, by Melissa Leapman, the Knit Stitch Pattern Handbook. It's a fantastic book. It's got some really beautiful stitches in there. So let's have a look at the chart because that's easier to work from as I'm showing you. So we've got a 4-stitch repeat. Hope you can see that red box there. So across each row, we start with the right side row. We've got a repeat of 4 stitches, and then at the end of the row, we've got 1 single stitch. Coming back the wrong side, single stitch first, and then a repeat of the 4. So what I've done is I've cast on in this blue, which represents the green on the chart. So I've actually done rows 1 and 2 because they're just straightforward plain blue stocking stitch rows. So knit on the right side and purl on the wrong side. And I've got 17 stitches here, I believe. So row 3 is going to start with, on the chart, it is yarn B. Well, that's going to be an orange for me today. So we're going to do 1 knit stitch and then 3 V's. Now a V is just slip that stitch with the yarn in the back. So we're going to repeat that across the row. So let's get started. So the first stitch, I'm just going to join in my orange. Here it is. So just 1 stitch in orange. You can tighten up those ends later. And then slip 3 stitches purlwise. Always just slip them purlwise without turning them. So that means you have to take the yarn round to the back and bring it round to work the next repeat of 1 and 3. So 1 knit stitch in orange. Don't pull it too tight. Keep those stitches fairly open there, fairly evenly spread. And then slip 3. Knit 1 with orange, slip 3, knit 1, slip 3, and finally knit 1 at the end for balance. Okay, so that's row 3. Now we're going to turn around and do row 4, which is a wrong side row. And row 4 starts with a single orange and then an orange, a slip, 2 orange. Orange, slip, 2 orange, all the way to the end. Okay, so let's do our first orange. There it is on row 4. And there, now we're going into the repeat. So purl 1 in orange, slip the next stitch, and then purl 1, 2, and start the repeat again, which starts with purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, purl 1, whoops, sorry, missed that purl 1 in the orange for the start of the repeat, slip the blue, and then purl 2 in the orange for the end of the repeat. And one more time, because this repeat goes completely to the end of the row. So slip 1, and sorry, purl 1, I'll get this right in a minute, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2. Now you will have some floats on the back of this, just tighten everything up there on this, but it really doesn't matter. If I show you the worked one I've done, these floats really aren't too bad. You could trap them if you want. It'll give a slightly different stitch definition if you do, so I don't tend to. So we've now worked, I'd already worked 1 and 2, we've now worked 3 and 4, 5 and 6 are just plain orange. So I'll get through those as quick as I can. and then we can get on to the next colour. And this is just to repeat the whole way through. So basically you are working 4 rows in each colour. Okay, so the best thing to do is to carry the yarns up the side of your work. As long as you're happy to do that, just carefully scoop them up and wrap them around the next colour as you go at the end, at the right hand end. There's no need to cut the yarns really, unless you prefer to do it that way, and weave in the ends. It's really all cool. So that is row 5. Row 6 is just a straight pearl row in orange. Here we go, row 6, nice and easy. Just pearl all the way across. Okay, so we've now worked, this is our 4th row in orange. So that's our 4 rows done. We're now going to change colour again. Introduce the 3rd colour in this sample, which I'm going to have as a cream. Okay, so there's the blue and the orange. And you really need to do a few rows to see the pattern start to emerge. Now I'm going to introduce the cream. Here we go, here's my cream. So we're now on row 7. So knit 1, slip 3 purlwise, knit 1, slip 3, repeat all the way through to the last stitch. So here we go, let's grab our cream and knit 1. I don't worry about the ends at the beginning, I just leave everything hanging loose until I've got going with the pattern. Slip 3, so that's our first repeat. Knit 1, take the yarn across the back, not too tightly, slip 3, knit 1. Spread these stitches out on the right a little bit and then you don't get your floats too tight. Same as with fair isle type work. Slip 3, knit 1, slip 3, and finally knit the last stitch. So that's row 7 done. Okay, row 8, let's look at the chart. The stitch at the end is just a purl, then we've got purl 1 in cream, slip 1, purl 2, repeated all the way across. So here's our first single stitch from the end. So that's with row 8, that's the last stitch. Now we purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, and again just slip purlwise, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, all the way across, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2. And then just as I get to the end, I'm just going to tighten up those stitches. So there we go, we've got our cream introduced. Okay, that's 2 rows in cream. So we've got 2 plain rows in cream now to do, which is rows 9 and 10. So let's have a look at those, get through those quite quickly. I just love this stitch pattern, it's absolutely gorgeous. As I say, Melissa's book is great. It's got some wonderful stitch patterns in there for all sorts of things. She does have quite a few slip stitch patterns, but she has lots of other stuff as well. So yes, if you're interested in my slip stitch scarf pattern, which can use up to 5 different slip stitch knitting patterns, then it'll be in the description for you to download. And if you tried to download it recently and it didn't work, I've fixed the link now. So that's row 9. Row 10 is another just purl back in the cream. You can probably, when we turn around after this row, be able to see how the pattern is developing. It really is such an easy pattern, and you don't have to carry yarns across the row. You just work 4 rows in each colour and just slipping stitches as you go, which makes the chevron type pattern Okay, so that's row 10 completed. Okay, there we go. I will just finish because it's a 12 row repeat. So row 12, you bring the blue back in, and like I said to you, carry this up as you go, and I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to use it as it is for now. So I would normally carry these yarns up as I go on each right side row. So row 11 then, knit 1 in the blue and slip 3. Because I'm carrying this such a long way, it's going to be a bit odd, but never mind. Knit 1 in the blue, slip 3, and then repeat. Knit 1 in the blue, slip 1, 2, 3. I love chevron patterns. I just find them fascinating, and this one's such an easy one to do. Okay, and then row 12, purl 1 in the blue, and then the repeat is purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2. So this is our first purl 1, slip 1, purl 2. Oops. Purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, purl 1, keep doing that, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2, purl 1, slip 1, purl 2. That's the 12 row repeat, finished. So then you just carry on from row 1 through row 12, and that creates your lovely chevron pattern. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll just show you the one that I've already done again. So as you go up, you can see it creates this beautiful, beautiful pattern. And as I say, there's also a bit of texture here because of the slipped stitches. They sort of come forward a little bit, so it's a wonderful pattern. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.